I'm Kayla.
And I'm Jackie.
And this is the Kayla and Jackie Show. We are off.
We're getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. Welcome, guys. This is episode 6. Sorry, there's only going to be one episode this month. Things have just been crazy, but
Life. It's
yeah,
just life, man.
I recently got a new job. And so that's been taking up a lot of my time, and this month has just got away from us.
Mm-hmm.
So we're trying to get one out before this month is over. But you know what? It's better late than never, I always say.
Yeah.
And before we dive into our topic, we just want to take a moment to acknowledge the passing of Prince,
Yeah.
the legendary musician, and also China, who used to be a pro wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought she was kind of cool because she was like, well, back in the day when I was a kid, she was like one of the few female wrestlers.
I was surprised about how many people didn't know who she was when I found out she died.
Yeah.
I was around like I guess they were a lot younger, and they didn't really grow up with her, and I'm like, what? Because I remember she was like on Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah.
Like she was everywhere.
So we thought we would do another What Would You Do relationship 2.
Yeah. I feel like that was a popular episode.
Yeah, and I hope this one doesn't get as dark as that first
Oh, yeah,
one.
the other one was kind of dark, wasn't it?
Yeah, it took a massive turn.
Well, you know what, though? I think that's good. 'Cause
Yeah.
life can have twists and turns like that.
Yeah. So I thought of some other situations that we didn't really go into.
Okay. And I don't really know what they are, so this is like my first time hearing it.
Okay. So I guess we'll just jump right into it then.
Go for it.
The first one is, if your significant other wants an open relationship, what would you do?
Well, I probably would go, my first reaction, you want to hear my first reaction?
Yeah.
What? And like a side eye, kind of like, huh?
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, what do you mean? But, I mean, what do they mean? Like, open relationship.
Like, they want to still be with you, but they want to pretty much date and have sex with other people.
Bye, Felicia. Like,
Yeah.
no.
I'm not about that.
No.
Now, like, we're not bashing couples that are in this situation.
No, because some
more
people,
power to you.
Some people, that's their life, you know. That's good.
But
That's them.
Just our opinion. I believe I will be with one man, not multiple.
Well, I feel like I can be jealous.
Yeah.
And I feel like I wouldn't like the idea that they are out on dates with other people.
Yeah, it kind of almost made me feel like I wasn't good enough. It's like, why don't you just want to be with me?
Oh, I know.
Like, why do you need to go see other people?
And I feel like that's why we wouldn't be people who would be in open relationships.
Yeah.
Because people who are in open relationships usually are like, okay, sure, that's fine with me. I'll go date someone else too.
Yeah. But then ultimately, I'm still coming home to you every night.
Mm-hmm. Well, I know people who like they're married, and they the wife had a relationship with another man, and like he had a relationship with someone else, and like, but they were all like dating like that, but there was no way anything would progress with like her boyfriend because she is married.
Yeah. Well, let's take it kind of the other direction. What do you feel about like polygamy relationships?
What do you mean?
Like kind of like the sister wives.
Oh yeah. I don't think I can handle that either.
Yeah, it's just too weird to me.
But I mean, I guess I can understand how it could be nice, because if you're gonna have kids, and then it's kind of like a nice community in a way.
Yeah.
Like I kind of get that.
But technically, you couldn't. Like, if you were like the second or third one, you couldn't be legally married.
I don't really know.
That to me is it's strange. I don't think I could ever share my husband with more than one woman.
Yeah, I don't think I'm made for it.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it has to be a certain type of people. Or person, not people.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't do it.
Mm-hmm. And again, more power to the couples that can do that.
Mm-hmm.
That takes a lot of strength.
And I've heard it's really nice for the women, too.
Yeah.
Like, in that kind of relationship, because, like, you could rely on your other sister wives. And, like, then the kids sometimes are older. If you're, like the third wife. And, like, they can take care of your kids, and you're, like, bonding.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Well, I guess this next topic kind of does tie in with the first two. Jealousy.
Yeah. I feel like we've covered it already a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, it's already come up.
Well, what is your just thoughts on jealousy?
My thoughts on just jealousy, period?
Yeah.
Like, in relationships or in life?
In relationships.
Relationships. It is something that happens that you have to fight against.
Yeah. And what if it comes to the point where the guy gets more jealous than normal?
Well, I feel like you gotta... Okay.
Like, if he gets, like, jealous and mad at you about every little thing.
Well, then he's being ridiculous.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you do have to think about, like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I think it has to be a little bit about, like, how is he reacting to certain situations? Like, I mean, I'm not saying, like, oh, she's asking for it, you know, like, she's asking for him to be jealous. But, I mean, like, if you're telling him, oh, this guy at work, he keeps flirting with me, it's so stupid. Like,
yeah.
Why are you telling him that?
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't need to know.
I've seen it one too many times where jealousy kills relationships.
Yeah.
Where it's the guy who gets jealous of the girl who, or like the girlfriend because she's got guy friends.
Oh yeah.
And then vice versa.
But if he's like freaking out about everything, being really jealous, where's the trust?
Exactly.
Like obviously you don't trust me.
And like that's a big thing too. Like in just life in general, if you don't have trust with the other person, there's nothing there.
No.
And you might as well just be two strangers who just are together.
But what if you're jealous of him? Like, what if you're jealous of something that's going on with him?
If it continued to come up, I would sit down and talk to him and say, this is how I'm feeling, and I would like to make it better. How can we change the situation? I wouldn't want it to be a chronic thing. And if it's just something minor that can be fixed just by talking about it, then that's, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's how jealousy does get, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like, get rid of it is by talking about it and working through it. But if you sit there and let it fester and fester and fester,
I think that's like in all relationships, communication.
Yeah.
Communication, trust. I think are like the most important.
Yeah, I agree there. Well, are you ready to go on the next one?
Yeah.
Okay, these are kind of some different topics from what we've talked about. Still, again, pertaining to relationships. What if your significant other has kids from a previous relationship?
I feel like that's so complicated. It's so... I mean...
For me, it wouldn't bother me.
It wouldn't bother me. I would be fine with it.
Yeah.
I do love kids.
Me too.
So I'd be okay with it.
And I would not try to force them to like me.
But that's so hard, especially like if like the mom, there's an issue with that, you know?
Yeah.
Like you all have to be on the same page and it can be so hard.
Yeah. And like, I think with like once, if you've got to the point where you're like meeting, we'll just use a him for this example, but if you are meeting his kids and they're going to be over at your house on a regular basis, or his house, I guess, you should sit down and talk to the mom and say, well, like nothing's going to happen.
Right. Well, I think there's a difference between being the girlfriend, being the wife. Like if you're just his girlfriend, she's like, come on, I am the baby's, like I'm their kid, like that's my kid, you know?
Yeah.
Like I feel like you can have a voice once you become like the wife.
True, but like I still think you should sit down and talk to the ex about like just like, well, not talk about like with the kids and stuff, but just get to know her.
I think you could get to know her, but I think it's it's your boyfriend's like job to communicate mostly with her until you're married. Then you can work together on that kind of stuff. But I feel like if you're not married, I feel like you don't have as much of a voice.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Because I can imagine she would be like, well, who do you think you are?
Yeah. Now, what if he's a widower?
That's just so sad. I think that would be really difficult.
The big thing I've seen with situations like that is whether or not the kids call the new wife or girlfriend mom.
Yeah.
And the way I feel about it is it's up to the kids.
Right.
Like if they want to, and the husband, of course, is okay with it.
Right.
Then wouldn't bother me. But if they don't want to,
yeah,
then they
and
don't
it
have
depends
to.
on the age of the kid too.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? I would just kind of tell the kid like, I would love if you called me mom, but it's up to you.
Yeah.
It's whatever you
I'm
want
not
to
going to force you to do anything you don't want to.
Right.
Because then I think by doing that way, you can help build a stronger relationship with the kids.
Yeah.
And then ultimately have a strong relationship with their dad or like the other parent.
Yeah. I think it's hard.
It is a very hard situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What if your parents don't like your significant other?
Oh, that can lead to like a lot of pain throughout your life.
Yeah.
Because I mean, think about how many family functions they'll have to go to for God knows how many years if they don't like them. If you even are invited, depending on how much they don't like the person.
Yeah. I have seen situations like this.
Oh yeah.
And it's a lot of people being fake. And it just ultimately does not end good. And it sucks because I have seen people where they will stay with the significant other because they really love that person.
And stubborn.
Yeah.
Being stubborn. When it's kind of like that star-crossed lover. Like, oh, we hate him. I love him even more.
Yeah.
Like,
and two, like even though they say that they may love them, they may just be staying with them just to make the other family mad.
Oh yeah.
Would you stay with a guy if his parents didn't like you?
I would probably. I feel like it depends because I would be with him, not them.
Exactly.
But if they
if
they treated me with like disrespect, I feel like I would talk to my boyfriend or then husband to talk to them about it. Cause it's not up to me to do it. It's he has to tell his parents to get it together.
What if he won't?
If he won't, then we're done. Because I'm not going to spend the rest of my life having to go into this kind of situation and then you don't even have my back.
Yep.
You can't even talk to your parents about this.
Yeah, that's a tough situation too because say you do love him and you do ultimately end up getting married, his parents are going to be one set of grandparents for your kids. So,
and you don't want your bad relationship to affect your kid.
Yeah.
Because they might act kind of weird, and you don't want that to come down on them.
Yep. Like, I've seen situations where the grandmother doesn't like who her son married and ultimately did not like the grandkids.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I've seen where they're very passive aggressive, and they're like, "Oh, wow, your mom saw them that many times? I haven't seen them recently.
Yeah.
I only get to see them this day. I guess I'll have to stop by if I want to see them." It's like,
yeah, it's like quit being a two-faced bitch.
Like I don't have the time in the day to deal with this kind of drama. It's stupid.
Yeah, it is, and that's unfortunately what leads to family fights and not talking to each other.
Right. And I just feel like family is just so important that I would. That's why I would be like from the beginning. I feel like I would just keep thinking this personally. I would be like, why don't they like me?
Yeah.
Instead of probably thinking what I would probably think that, but instead of also thinking like what's just happening in this situation, I would take all the blame. Like, what did I do wrong?
Yeah.
Why don't they like me?
I think if it got so bad, I would suggest to go to family therapy.
Right.
With all of us.
You know what sometimes happens? There was someone before you, and then the mom's like, I liked them, that girl, more.
Yeah.
And then you come in, and they're like, okay,
and then
what
they
happened
compare
to,
you to the ex.
Yeah, what happened to, like, Ashley or something.
Yeah.
Or they mention her name or something.
Yeah. No, I've seen that too.
Yeah.
And I think if it gets bad enough that you should go to family therapy, because if you're in a neutral setting, then you can sit down and not always peacefully, but talk everything out.
Yeah.
And sometimes it is just like a miscommunication. And it's just, they judged you before you got to know them.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I think, like, if your parents, like, if my parents didn't like them, I would just try to figure out, like, what was. And if it's ridiculous, then it's like, you guys just got to get over it.
Yeah, it's like,
you know, like,
he makes me happy. I want to be with him.
Yeah, like, if it's a serious thing, if they're, like, really, like, worried about, like, how he treats you, I feel like those are the things you have to listen to. Like, if someone on the outside, because when you first started being, like, with somebody, you're blind to it. You have basically, like, you know, they talk about beer goggles.
Yeah.
Like, you have love goggles, and you cannot see it. And if someone's flat out telling you, I don't think they treat you well. Yeah. And, like, start telling you. Yep. You won't want to hear it, but I think you should listen to it.
Yeah. Well, let's flip the switch. And what happens or what would you do if his siblings didn't like you?
I feel like that would hurt.
Yeah.
Depending on how close they were.
Yeah.
But if they're really close, I would be like, you need to do something to get them to like me.
Yeah, it's like you obviously want to be with me, and I obviously want to be with you. So
yeah, I would try to, like, go out, maybe, like, if they had brothers, maybe, like, double date, or, like, sisters, maybe just, like, take the sister and the mom somewhere to, like, bond.
Yeah, like find out what they like.
Yeah, like, just go spend time with them, show interest.
Sometimes it seems like that doesn't work either.
I know, sometimes it doesn't. And then I feel like at that moment, you have to talk to your, like, husband or boyfriend at the time and be like,
look,
you got to talk to them.
Yeah.
Because they're making me uncomfortable.
I don't know what to do. I've tried to get to know them.
Especially if they're, like, just mean. If they're like, mean to you, like, you got to talk to them. Like, because I'm not going to deal with this situation anymore.
Yeah, it's like, I'm getting too hurt and just emotionally drained from the situation.
And I think it's a good sign. If he won't do that, then it's like, well, I'm glad I know now, because that would be your rest of your life. Yeah. And then I think add on kids. Yep.
It would be a very dysfunctional family.
Yeah.
That would ultimately probably end up in multiple broken home situations.
Right. And then, like, your kids hearing bad things about you from that other side of the family, like, you know.
Yeah. No, that's just one of those situations where the kids end up suffering.
And I wouldn't want to cause a situation where, like, your husband would be like, well, I guess I have to remove myself from my family now. Yeah. Because, like, I wouldn't want them to do that.
I would never want to make my husband choose between me or my family.
No.
Because that's not.
I would choose my family.
Yeah.
Which is, I feel like,
but
nice, but I would choose.
Yeah, but what if his family was treating him bad because he's with you? Right. Then that may be a situation where no matter what, you have to cut ties. Right. And that's a very hard thing. Not that I know, but
I can imagine.
Yeah. I've got one last topic, unless you come up with something. What would you do if the mom was always, like, trying to be in your business?
How in my business? Like, telling me how to do things better?
Yeah.
Or, like, a busybody, like gossiping?
Like, gossiping and just, like, always in your business, wanting to know what's going on, and, like, just, like, not giving you guys your space.
I feel like you gotta be subtle, but then at some point you have to be, if it gets to the point where it's really just like she's showing up all the time. Yeah. I personally I don't like confrontation, so I probably just hide. Like, I know it's not I'm not proud,
Yeah.
but I probably would just hide and turn the TV off and hide so she couldn't see me. I'm like, it's just true. Until she left.
Well, what if it was his parents?
No, if it's his parents. If it's his parents, I'd hide.
What if she, like, came looking?
Like, she has a key to our house?
Well, yeah, like, well, let's just open it up to the situation of she does have a key, and she comes over, like, every day to check up, or, like, check up on you guys.
I would say you have to tell your mom to stop coming over here all the time. And don't say, she says you need to stop coming over here. You say, we need you to stop coming over here.
Yeah.
Because you're just walking in all the time is not working for us.
Mm-hmm. We need our time, too.
We need our time. You know, we work really hard and we need to relax when we come home. And we just needed, like, quiet time. And
well, what if
we
she
feel
says,
like we're entertaining you.
What if she says, well, I just want to come over to see my grandkids?
Well, we'll come over. We'll take them to you on a weekend, like on our own time. You can't see them every day.
Yeah, because they have school and everything.
Yeah. We have a life.
Sorry about all the background noise. We, again, are recording this in the car.
Oh.
Is it really that bad? What was it? I think it was a lawnmower, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, so anyway.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like you just have to tell them, no, that's not how this is going to go.
Yeah. It's like, if you keep coming over, we're going to have to take your key.
And then it would be him saying it because I'm not saying it.
Yeah.
It's not my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it if it was my mom.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want him to say it to my mom. Because no matter what, there's a part of you that even if you agree with the person, they start saying something like, well, your mom, you're like, what? What is what about her? Because you can't help it. You're just like, that's my family.
Yeah.
There's always a moment where you can be fine. You can be laughing, and then it hits one point, and all of a sudden you're just like, what are you saying?
Then it turns into one of those fights like, yeah, well, your family's stupid.
Yeah.
And I never liked your family.
Yeah, and I never liked her anyways. But it's just like these weird moments. Like, you could be talking and laughing about somebody in your family, and you're like, oh my gosh, they're so silly. And then someone says one thing, and all of a sudden you're just like, what do you mean? And like your face drops. Like, what are you saying?
Then it's like, oh, I was only joking. It's like, no, you weren't.
Yeah, and it's just like, that's not cool. But everything up to it was fine.
Yeah.
And I feel like, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It didn't work.
Well, that was my last topic. Have you got any more?
I'm trying to think of one.
Well, if you don't have any more, are you ready to wrap this up?
I'm trying to think. I feel like I had a good one. Now I can't remember it.
We'll save it for number 3. Because I'm sure this will not be the last one of these. Yeah, so just email us or tweet us if you guys have any more topics you would like us to talk about. Or what would you do in these situations?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
If you want to follow us, you can follow us on Twitter at kandjpodcast. Or on our individual Twitters. Mine is just at Kayla Wozniak. And what's yours?
A chit-chat Jackie?
Yeah. If you want to email us, our email is kandjpodcast@gmail.com. We don't have a custom URL yet for YouTube. They changed it now, and you have to have I think it's 500 followers before you can get a custom URL. But just search for the Kayla and Jackie Show. We are on SoundCloud, also the Kayla and Jackie Show. iTunes, not yet, but I am working on it. And also, stay tuned because we have some exciting things coming up in the works, and there may be a guest or two in the near distant future.
Ooh. I wanted to build suspense.
It works. Well, this will probably be our only episode for this month. Like we said earlier, life just happened, and we were not able to get the 2 out this month. But we will shoot for 2 next month, so stay tuned for that, and we will see you guys next time.
Bye!